What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. So here's a quick update on the DA Integra. So unfortunately, I spent about half a day this past weekend trying to mess with the suspension, seeing I can get everything back aligned and back to zero. But unfortunately, guys, to my abilities, I couldn't do so. I was able to fix the major toe-in it had. So the wheel was like this. Passenger side of the vehicle, rear wheel tire, it was like this and like this. So I fixed the toe in, so now that's straight, but I cannot fix the positive camber. Now this does have rear Skunk 2 adjustable control arms for camber, and they are maxed out to where that that wheel should look something like this, or anywhere close to this, because I can't even get it to zero. So looking upon research on the interwebs from people that went through a similar I guess you say not accident, but similar damage from a similar type of accident. Pretty much the majority were all saying that it was just it ended up being just chassis damage, to where like it's not unfixable, but the amount of time and money that I would have to spend to take it to the proper shop to be able to get a good look at it, take measurements, and then fix the chassis, and then throw on new lower control arms, new trailing arms, new bushings, just to make sure that they took out any reasonings why this can't get aligned. It just wasn't worth what I told myself what I was going to go through to make the DA drivable. Unfortunately, I originally got it as a parts car so I can be able to swap out everything from the DA into my 87 Accord hatchback, which now seems to be back on track on that. Besides doing a B-series swap into the hatch, I'm also going to be converting it to fuel injection, because the car originally came carbureted. And here in a second, I'll show you guys. I'll do a quick walk around of the hatch as it sits right now. Yeah, guys, so it sucks. It is what it is, but at least I'll try to salvage most I can from it. There's already a couple things that I can even use from the Integra right now that I can put on the black Civic. So yeah, guys, we'll go from there. So here's a quick walk around of the. All right, guys, apologize for the messy yard, but here she is as she sits now. Now, for some of you guys that remember what this car used to look like way back in the day, that's paid attention to my builds on the Facebook 3Gs page and stuff like that. I know some of you guys might be cringing right now, going like, what the hell would you do to this thing? But it is what it is, guys. The last trip I did with this car was from here to Phoenix, which was about a 3.5 hour drive there and back. And yeah, pretty much retired her after that. I picked up the coupe and went from there. Yeah, so do a quick walk around. First thing I guess we talk about is the LED mod. LED headlights, and guys, some parts, whoever's watching this, wherever you live, guys, these are not street legal. I get that. Fortunately for me, where I live, I'm not too sure if they're legal here, but I mean, there's a huge respectful car scene from various types of vehicles. So that's probably why I haven't been in trouble for me. But then again, I haven't really been driving this car daily in a long time, and I probably ran with these lights daily driving it for like maybe, I want to say like maybe about a year or less. So nothing too big. Let's talk about this bumper real quick. So this is actually a 86, 87 first generation Integra bumper that used to be on this car. It actually used to be on the coupe too. But you can see it's seen better days. I pulled this from a junkyard, and these turn signal lights, these clear ones, are actually aftermarket clear Nissan Pathfinder turn signal lights that will also bolt on and fit onto our 86 and 87 pre-facelift bumpers. 84, I want to say a 740 Volvo lip that I've had and ran with for years. I know some of you guys have been following me for a long time, pretty much know me for this lip. Pretty much I don't really run it now because, well, I know the damage looks minimal, but this kind of needs some fixing up. I hit a jackrabbit on the highway going to work one time doing 75, and I'm actually surprised that's the only damage it did to it. Just some eBay fog lights, which are pretty decent for the price, and when I got them, they lasted for like years too. Quick walk. Typical fender cutout stuff, which used to be pulled a little bit wider. It's when I had the Shackletons on this car, which were -15 offset, and they poked out 3 inches past whatever these wheels were at, like 3 inches more than what these wheels are at. So leave it at that. Interior. Door panel. Sorry guys, yeah, so like this car has seen way better days. This used to be my daily. Now she is all gutted out, being ready to go race car. For what kind of racing, I'm not sure yet. More than likely I'll start off with drag and then go from there. Maybe she'll be a track car road race, or who knows. See where the future takes us. See what this car can do. It's a really good chassis, believe it or not. If you guys want to know more about this generation Accord, so yeah, check out the 3Gs forum, whatever. You know, there's always cool information on there. If you guys are familiar with Donut Media, those guys just did a video on the Honda Accord. Not specifically this year, but they do mention it, and I actually learned something about it. I didn't know that this car is sitting on an first generation NSX suspension platform in regards to the double wishbone suspension this car has. And let me tell you, like driving this car through some mountain runs, this thing grips. Another view. Hang on real quick, guys. I'm gonna prop this hood. The pistons rolling up the trunk are shot, as to be expected. Here's another perspective view. Here. Oh yeah, just another quick note, guys. I moved the fuse box that's usually in the engine bay inside in here. That's probably not going to be where it's going to be at now. It's just the proper spot that I thought would be cool at the time. Okay, unravel this. I cut out the split tire well. This will be covered up here later on in the near future. Yeah, just for weight reduction. It still needs to be chassis reinforced and stuff. Now let's get to the bay. Okay, bear with me. Good thing for a military grade phone case, huh? Alright. OEM half-core Civic radiator from the K Civic. The old A20A1. So this transmission I'll do a video on later on in the future. This actually has first generation Integra 1st through 4th gear from the ZC Trans, which is the quickest gearing and final drive that we can use for our cars. Stock 5th, just, you know, just for your overdrive, in case you're cruising down the highway or whatever. 3236 Weber carburetor, progressive carburetor, which was the first modification ever done to this, and was, honestly guys, if you guys are carbureted, you want any sort of, you know, power gain or anything to make your engine better and breathe better, this is the first thing I highly recommend you guys do. Weber carburetor, whether it's 3236, 3838, like, doesn't matter. My personal opinion, I wish I went with a 3838, but that's just me. OBX 4-to-1 header or exhaust manifold, whatever, however way you guys want to say it. I do not recommend this. This thing's a piece of crap. One of the main reasons why, how low this downpipe sits. You guys can tell I have curved the heck out of that thing, or just bottom out. And besides even just that physical point of it being so low, it has this really weird slip-on design, which just, no, I don't like it. Exhaust leaks like no other. The only reason why I would recommend this is if you guys can use the flange for it to possibly make a custom header, custom turbo manifold, maybe use the pipings, reinforce it. If you guys are a welder and you know somebody that welds really well, you guys can probably do something. Last time I checked, you can get, you know, OBX header for our cars for like under 200 bucks. So, you know, if it's worth it for you guys, you know, I mean, bling bling factor, just because it's the only like shiny kind of probably looking thing you put in an HB, because I know the pace setter is just ceramic, so it won't shine bright like a diamond, so to speak. Yeah, guys, other than that, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. MSD blaster ignition coil, nothing too fancy smancy. All right, guys, quick wrap up and overview of this. So pretty much A20A1 motor, which were all carbureted motors when they came in DXs and LXs. Let's see, intake Weber 3236 progressive carburetor is what I have on. You can also use the Weber 3838, which is pretty much the same thing but just bigger. You guys also have the options of running dual side draft Webers, DCOE 40s, 45s, 50s. I recommend the 40s, especially if you guys are planning on doing this on a stock car. 45s, if you really want to start building the A20 motor or any A series motor with a carbureted setup, then 45 would be the next step. But I'm talking like that's when like more than just a cam, guys. Like you probably be running a serious cam, serious head job with increased compression, whether you know different pistons and whatnot. There's more information on that. I'll probably do a video on that way later on. But you guys can search all this stuff on the 3G's forum, guys. I promise. There's people who've done stuff to carbureted A20 motors, which you guys couldn't believe could be done. I get it's old school, but I mean, there's still guys in Australia and probably other parts of the world that are still drag racing and doing events with carbureted cars, and whether it's a V8 or four cylinder, guys. I've seen some crazy stuff. Heck, even rotaries, you know. Let's see what else. Nothing too crazy. The exhaust manifold, 4-1 OBX header. It's a stainless steel header, because I don't recommend it. I already stated why. Other options would be a 421 ceramic pace setter header, which is what I would recommend if you decide to go aftermarket. I personally would just rather stick with the OEM 88, 89, which I believe were the only years they did it. LXI 421 ceramic header, which is what I have on this now. Like, it's not the greatest, but I mean, in my personal opinion, for the money you're gonna spend, you're not gonna get anything that's gonna be drastically better or a huge improvement, in my honest opinion. Other than that, see transmission. I have the Integra hybrid gears, first generation Integra ZC, first through fourth gears, with the stock fifth gear for just cruising around, keeping low RPMs. So without getting into too much detail, I'll make a whole other video on this. So the A20A1 manual transmission has the longest gears, or tall gears, however you guys hear it. The second shorter than that would be the A20A3 transmission, then the A-Series Prelude transmission, and then the shortest would be what I have, the Integra ZC transmission. And to clarify that, tall, higher top out speed, lower acceleration. Short, quicker acceleration, lower top out speed. So you guys can pretty much figure out there on, you know, pros and cons and gains and benefits to whatever you guys are trying to build. Yeah, other than that, just fully gutted. You know, the plan right now is just EFI conversion and B-Series swap. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a whole diary, probably doing different parts, because I know I don't want to do super crazy long videos where people have to like jump ahead. I'll probably do different parts of it. But other than that, guys, that's where we're at. Thank you for watching Asian Garage. I'll catch you guys in the next video.